Hi, third graders. Yesterday we started to work on this goal. I can infer the author's message in a nonfiction book. We talked about how we need to use several things to make an inference: story clues and our background knowledge. These help us to infer the author's message in a book because the author doesn't always come right out and tell us. Just like an architect builds a building to fit a purpose, an author also builds his or her text with a purpose in mind. All authors have a reason for writing, just like you when you wrote your nonfiction book about a certain animal. Ask yourself these questions when thinking about the author's message. What is this text mainly about? What did the author want me to think, to feel, to know, or to learn? Let's take a look at A Mother's Journey. What was this text mainly about? In the text, we learned that mother emperor penguins lay their egg and then leave it with the father. We also learned that the emperor penguin travels many miles across the ice in Antarctica to reach the open seas. We learned about how there are many dangers in the sea, such as sea leopards. Then we also learned how the mother penguin has to travel all the way back to feed her newborn chick. So think about, what did the author want you to think, feel, know, or learn? Well, I know that Antarctica is very cold and windy. I know that the author told me about 4 different things the mother penguin has to do to get food for her chick. So I can infer that the author's message is that mother penguins overcome great challenges to care for their young. Let's take a look at another book we read, The Peregrine's Journey. What was this text mainly about? In the book, it talked about how the peregrine falcon begins to migrate south in the fall. It also talks about how it stops along the way to eat and sleep. We also learned that sometimes the peregrine flies with other peregrines or swansons and hawks. We also learned that during migration, the peregrine travels for about 2 months and over 8,000 miles to reach her winter home. So, what does the author want me to think, feel, know, or learn? Well, I know that 8,000 miles is a very long trip, all the way from North America to South America. The author also told me that the peregrine migrates every year, and it's not an easy trip. So, putting together my prior knowledge and what I learned from the book, I think learning about peregrine falcon's journey helps me appreciate animals and see how amazing migration can be. So, as you are reading nonfiction text, always remember that all authors have a reason for writing. To help yourself, you can ask these questions. What is the text mainly about? What did the author want me to think, feel, know, or learn? Next, you're going to listen to a story called Almost Gone and take a quiz to see if you can find the author's message. Happy reading, third graders!